Well, that wasn't a fun time. I haven't had to make a negative one of these yet. Like, the first one was, the one that I covered the first 4 games on. The first game was had some negativity because of the opening night and the first game, but other than that, it's been pretty smooth sailing because the Red Wings have gone on a 5-game win streak up until these 2 games. And it's odd to make one of these a negative video because I haven't had to do it yet. But we're going to do our best, and I'm going to pray that I don't get superheated because I don't feel like getting superheated right now, but it's probably going to happen regardless, knowing me. So let's just jump into it with the first game, which was Buffalo taking on Detroit in Buffalo, and it was Buffalo won 4-2. But first of all, let's get something off our chest. This was not a close game by any means. Buffalo basically ran the Red Wings show for at least 50 out of 60 minutes. Like, there were I would even probably go as far to say as all but like 5 minutes of the game did Buffalo run Detroit's show. And it started very quickly with the Detroit Red Wings taking, I think it was 3 penalties in the first period, 2 of which happened in the first 5 minutes of the game. Like, literally 30 seconds in, penalty. Right after that, another penalty. And it was just an awful, awful game by the Red Wings, and they did not look like they were interested in winning that game. And I don't know what it is about the Red Wings as of late, like not just this season, but the last few years, when they go up against a team like Tampa Bay, like Toronto, like Florida, they're usually at their A game. When they play the upper tier level of teams, they are usually at their A game. And they play hard. They might not win those games. Obviously, they did the last week. But they try their hardest and they grind and they grit it out to maybe win the game, maybe come up with a point, something like that. But especially when it comes to Buffalo, we always seem to play down to Buffalo's level, and I don't understand it. Now, there are a few things I noticed. As you guys know, I made the Rasmussen video today. I posted it somewhere at some point. I think it was last night. I think it was last night I posted it. And I made a video. I made the video talking about, do the Detroit Red Wings have a Michael Rasmussen problem? Where the answer to that was probably, but I'm not sure yet. Because Michael Rasmussen, he was awful in the Buffalo game and also in the Islanders game, but we'll get to that. Michael Rasmussen is such a polarizing character. Like, he is, by all accounts, a fantastic guy, a great locker room guy. And hell, we've seen what happens when he goes out with injury. Like, we've seen what happens when this locker room does not have a Michael Rasmussen in it. It kind of just dies. But what happens when Michael Rasmussen's on the ice? Nothing. Not a single fucking thing positive happens when he's on the ice, at least at 5-on-5. And this season so far, even at, on the penalty kill, which he's normally supposed to be really good at, like, I said this in the video, for all of his flaws and all of his offensive incapabilities, he gets a breakaway, that puck's going 5 feet wide of the net every time. But the one thing that's been able to allow me to overlook all of his offensive incapabilities was his defensive play. He's supposed to be very good defensively, if not fantastic defensively. That's why he's a mainstay on the penalty kill. That's why whenever he's put on an air quotes grind line, he's always usually very good. Like I said in the video, Michael Rasmussen is at his best when his whole job is to grind opponents down, when his job is to, when he's paired up with, like we saw last season, or the season before, more likely, in the 23-24 season, when that line of Rasmussen, Kopp, and Fischer was put together. That was a fantastic line. They grinded their guys, they grinded their opponents down. They made it a pain in the ass to play against that line, and they were taking on top competition at the time. But on his own, Rasmussen doesn't do anything. Like, if he's not defending well, he's not doing anything. Like, in this game, I watched him whiff on a puck flip out to center ice while the puck was on his stick. I don't know how you do that. The puck doesn't leave your stick when you go to flip the puck out to center ice so you can get a change. How do you whiff on a puck that's already on your stick. I do not understand this man and how he continues to play like this. He has his uses. It's been, a lot of people say that, he's useless. He doesn't do anything on the team. That's just wrong. He has his uses. But so far this season, as of yet, he has not done anything useful, and in fact has been a net negative on the team for at least half the season already. Like so far up until these last few games, he's been at least a net neutral. Like, he doesn't do anything offensively, but he doesn't allow anything bad happen defensively. And granted, the rest of the team this last stretch, these 2 games have not been very good. But Rasmussen, oh my God, I've got a video coming out about Rasmussen later. I'm doing a defensive breakdown on some of the stuff he's done and also some other stuff. So I'll get into it more. But Rasmussen was just awful this game and the Islanders game, which we'll get into. But overall, this was a bad team game. Poor John Gibson, man. I can't even put this loss on him just because it wasn't a good team game. Like, much like the Montreal game, yes, Gibson didn't have a good showing, really. A lot of those pucks he probably could have stopped, but there was, one that he probably should have had in this game? And other than that, what the hell was he supposed to do? The defense left him out to dry, or the defense didn't clear the front of the net. Like, defense was god-awful all around this game. And speaking of defense, Albert Johansson, what the fuck is going on with you, dude? Oh my God, he has not been good the last handful of games here, probably the last 3, maybe 4 games. He has not been very good, which sucks because as the season went along, Johansson and Jacob Bernard-Docker have been the Red Wings' best defensive pair, right? And Bernard-Docker's been great. I haven't seen anything wrong with Bernard-Docker. You don't notice him very often, but that's what you want out of a third-pairing defenseman. You don't want to hear his name too often. The only times you want to hear his name is when, he's got a point, right? When he scores a goal or got an assist. That's the only time you want to hear his name. Otherwise, if you're hearing a defenseman's name constantly, especially on the third pair, they're doing something wrong. That's just the way it is. If you're hearing a third pairing defenseman's name as often as you're hearing a top pairing defenseman's name, you're just straight up doing something wrong. And speaking of top pairing, Ben Sherratt, I don't know what to do with this man. He was playing fine for, this season he's been very 50-50. He's had really good games. He's had really bad games. This game was a pretty bad one from him, like everybody else. And, Seider's been fine. Like, he's not been what we were hoping he would be right now, which, everybody's saying Seider's people are starting to say Seider's overrated. Maybe he shouldn't be the number 1. ASP should be. That's just bullshit. Like, it's straight up bullshit. Name one other defenseman on this team that could do the same thing Mo Seider's doing right now. Like, Edvinsson? ASP's not going to be able to handle the minutes. ASP can't handle the minutes that Seider's playing, at least not right now, especially the defensive minutes. ASP's been great defensively, don't get me wrong, but he's not going to be able to take on the Connor McDavids, the Nikita Kucherovs, the Nathan McKinnons of the league every night. It's just not going to happen with ASP. So you've got maybe Simon Edvinsson, but Edvinsson's been horse shit these last 2 games. Like the Buffalo and Islanders game, he has been dog shit. You know what? I may as well throw the Islanders game in there. They let the Islanders score a fucking touchdown on them. Talbot had a pretty decent game. Granted, it was worse than Gibson's game in the Buffalo game, obviously. But Talbot had a decent night tonight, but he couldn't stop anything because... Not that he couldn't stop anything, but he had troubles keeping the puck out of the net because his defense left him out to dry way too many times. Holy shit. Like, again, Albert Johansson was a massive criminal on this one. At least I'm pretty sure it was in this game, where it was basically a 3-on-2, or it was a 3-on-2, mini 3-on-3 with the forward back checking, but I don't know what the hell Johansson was thinking. But there were 2 Red Wings on the right side. He was covering the center. Johansson decides to go for the puck carrier. You do not do that. If you're at center ice, if you are the one who's covering the center of the ice, if you're that defenseman, you need to stay there. Especially if you got 2 guys, your defense partner plus another forward, already to one side, you do not give up the center of the ice for 2 specific reasons. 1, it takes away a pass to the other flank for the trailing guy. 2, it takes away that trailing guy almost completely, right? Like Tony DeAngelo basically had a perfect shot It was the first goal of the game. Tony DeAngelo had a 100% grade A stupid chance to score because of what Johansson did there. And I'm not saying Paul Johansson because I do not want to see Hamonic in a Red Wings jersey again. But holy shit, it was such a bad night for Johansson. The bad 2 nights for Johansson. Edmondson had a horrible night. He had a few turnovers that were god awful. ASP didn't have a great night. I didn't particularly like how he played the 2-on-1 on the Islanders. I think it was like 4th goal. So it was just a bad night all around for everybody. Like Sider didn't have a great night. Schrott sure shit didn't have a good night. It was like Bernard Docker had a great night. I didn't see anything wrong with Bernard Docker's game. He's been steadily great. Well, he's been steady, I should say. Maybe not steadily great, but he's been steady this entire time on the Red Wings roster so far. I've seen no problems with this game. And, you know, Raymond, these last 2 games, if it's shown anything, he's not playing 100%. Like, clearly not playing 100%. And I don't, like, they moved him to the second line on the Islanders game, but during the Buffalo game, it was painfully obvious he was not playing at full strength. He was not playing 100% because he was afraid to get hit. He was not pushing as hard as he would during board battles, likely because he is still injured. Normally with Raymond, he's not afraid to get into the dirty areas. He's not afraid to take a hit to make a play. He's not afraid to battle on the boards and use his body, as small as it is. He's not afraid to use it to win board battles. It's clear he's not 100%, and it's hurting the team. So obviously he got moved to the second line. DeBrincat got moved up to the top line. Boy, DeBrincat, oh my God. He's got 7 assists on the season right now, so he's just under a point per game. And this man can't score. Like, he's had super great This isn't like his first season where he was, you know, clutching the stick too hard and sending it wide every other shot. No, this is just pure snake-bitten bad luck for this man. He had a wide-open net last night, right? He had a wide-open net. Goaltender who was a Rittich, I think is who it is. Who was? He was way over to the left side. DeBrincat, one-timer. That's a 100% hit rate every single time except for last night, where Rittich somehow got his stick and got his paddle over and just straight up denied DeBrincat. And I can't imagine what DeBrincat is feeling right now. Like, every time he shot the puck at the net, at least almost every time he shot the puck at the net, has been a grade A chance, and something stupid happens. Like, he takes the shot and it gets deflected off of an opposing stick. He takes the shot and the goalie just barely makes it over. He takes the shot and for whatever reason it's spinning, and then someone uses the force and sends it 90 degrees the other way. It's insane how this man has not scored yet. What else? Larkin's got his point streak still going. He's on, I think, 7-game point streak now, 12 points in 8 games. Like, he's cruising still. Sorry, voice crack. And Finney had another point. Finney's cruising. He's got, I think, 7 points on the season now. He's right in the thick of the Calder race. They stopped Matthew Schaefer from keeping his point streak alive. That's good. You know, if you would have told me that, Schaefer going into this game could have broken the all-time rookie point streak record to start their season, I would have told you it was 100% getting broken against the Red Wings, but we held him off the score sheet. And MBN, another big story. He got his first NHL point on the Bergeron goal late in the game. It sucks that this is the type of game that it happened in, but at least it's out of the way. Like, maybe that boosts his confidence a little bit. Maybe it allows him to, he's not been shy about taking shots. It's just every shot he's taken has had, like DeBrincat, has had somebody makes a stupid McCarr, Quinn Hughes, Nick Lidstrom-esque defensive play to make him keep that puck from being in the back of the net. Like, I'm convinced if everybody didn't turn into Nicholas Lidstrom against MBN, then this kid would have 5 goals already. Like, he would be on par with Emmett Finney for goals, right? So it's I don't know. These 2 games have not been fun, mind you. It is not. I'm not raising any massive alarm bells right now. Obviously, I'm worried about the road games in the future if this is how things are going to be. But at the same time, I know it's still early in the season. We've got a lot of young guys. Like, everyone's saying, Evanson's not a rookie. He shouldn't be making these mistakes anymore. The dude's only, what, 22? Like, 23? He's not no older than Raymond or Sider. Like, he's still learning. He's younger than both of them, actually. He's still very much learning the game. This is only his second full NHL season. You know, he's had cups of coffee. He's had his 9-game stint. He had like a 12, 15-game stint in 24, 20, and 22, 23. No, 23, 24. Not, I can't get years of 23, 24. He had his like 12-game stint. Last season was basically his rookie season. And people are acting as if he's an NHL veteran already. Like, no, he's not. He's still early 20s and learning the game. Like, it's not out of the realm of possibility for him to be making mistakes. Granted, the mistakes he's made these last few games have been stupid, but at the same time, it's, would you rather have a guy Edvinson's age making those mistakes and learning from them, or would you want Ben Sherratt back there making those mistakes and being like, well, I'm a vet, what am I going to do? This is how I play, right? Like, it's not really a question at that point, right? So I don't know. The road stuff kind of does concern me, because it's clear that the Red Wings are struggling to get the matchups that they want. They're struggling to keep pressure on teams because of those matchups, and if they don't get that figured out quickly, then the road games are going to be very nerve-wracking and not very long. Like, they're going to be very long games for us Red Wings fans watching. So, but other than that, I've got nothing else to say about these games. I hope you guys did enjoy. Please let me know in the comments what you guys think about these videos, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.